It was a quiet Friday night, and I had the house all to myself. My parents were away on a weekend trip, leaving me with strict instructions to lock the doors and not let anyone in. It was around midnight when the sound began, a soft scratching at my bedroom window. At first, I dismissed it as the wind or a stray branch brushing against the glass, but the more I listened, the more distinct it became. Scratch, scratch, scratch. It was deliberate, rhythmic, as if someone or something was trying to get in. I didn't want to look. I didn't want to confirm the growing pit in my stomach that told me I wasn't alone, but the noise grew louder, more insistent until it was impossible to ignore. Slowly, I pulled the blanket over my head and reached for my phone, desperate to call for help. But when I turned the screen on, I saw something that made my blood run cold. A text message from an unknown number. I see you. My hands trembled as I looked at the window, heart pounding. I expected to see a face peering in, but instead there was nothing. Just the darkness outside and the faint outline of trees. Relief washed over me until the scratching started again. This time it was coming from inside. It was one of those stormy nights where the rain lashes against the windows and the wind howls like a wild animal. I was alone, binge-watching old horror movies, trying to distract myself from the fact that the power had already flickered twice. I always hated being home alone during storms. My phone buzzed on the couch next to me, startling me. A call from an unknown number. I hesitated for a moment, but curiosity got the better of me. I answered. Hello, I said, my voice sounding too small for the situation. No response, just faint breathing on the other end. I hung up, convinced it was a prank call, and resumed my movie. But not even 5 minutes passed before my phone rang again. The same number. This time when I answered, I didn't say anything. I just listened. The breathing was louder now, deeper. It sent chills down my spine. Suddenly, a voice whispered through the line. I'm already inside. My heart stopped. I dropped the phone and scrambled off the couch. The house was silent, save for the storm outside. I wanted to scream, to run, but my legs wouldn't move. Then I heard it, the creak of a floorboard upstairs. I wasn't alone anymore. It had been a long day, and I was more than ready to collapse into bed. The house was eerily quiet, but that wasn't unusual when you live alone. I brushed my teeth, splashed water on my face, and glanced up at the mirror. For a moment I froze. The reflection, something was off. I leaned in closer, studying my own face, my tired eyes staring back at me. But then I saw it. In the far corner of the mirror, just behind me, there was a shadow. A figure standing just out of sight. I whipped around, heart in my throat, but the hallway behind me was empty. My breathing quickened, panic rising as I turned back to the mirror. The figure was still there. Closer now. A man standing in the doorway behind me. This time I didn't look back. I didn't want to. I grabbed my phone and bolted for the front door. But the lock wouldn't budge. My hands were shaking too much. When I finally got the door open, I felt a cold breath on my neck. I glanced back one last time. There was no one there. No man, no shadow, just me. But I knew deep down I wasn't alone anymore.